Hey, welcome back to A Faster Me. This is another video of one of our training rides, and it's still early in the off season or kind of mid off season, so haven't been doing many hard efforts at all. Just a lot of base training, a lot of zone two type rides, staying pretty consistent. Also mixed in some running and swimming and things like that. My wife's actually going to do her first triathlon this weekend. I'll probably transition into doing some triathlons next year. But this is just one of the rides where I wanted to start getting some little harder efforts in, some little punchy efforts, and just see where my fitness is kind of at. I know it's not in I'm not in good shape or anything like that. I've only been doing base training. So yeah, I can ride long, can ride pretty steady for a while, but I haven't been doing any type of VO2 or heavy interval action. So I always keep one fun ride a week where I can do whatever I want, and then the rest is strict, structured training. So anyway, this is the San Dimas climb. We're gonna just explore some climbs around Bonelli Park or Pudding Stone Reservoir, and there's actually a lot of steep, punchy climbs around here. So out riding with a couple of the members of the race team for PAA, and we're basically just PR hunting and just seeing how well I can do. Um, you'll see that's Chris Mang right there passing me on the left, and that's Laura there. Yeah, Laura raced for us last year, and Laura's one of the athletes I coach as well, and she just kind of timed it. I'm sorry, it just went out too hard right here. We're doing pretty good watts there to fly by, and it's a pretty long climb. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with my effort, just because, like I said, I've only been doing basically a lot of zone two training, and I'm just starting to get into some tempo stuff now. I'm gonna move up to sweet spot in a little bit, but yeah, a lot of people don't realize just riding zone two. I know a lot of people have heard of polarized training and stuff like that now. It's kind of popular now, the phrases and 80-20 training, stuff like that. But a lot of people don't realize riding at those low intensities will still give you a little threshold boost. Could give you a little bit of a VO2 boost too, not much because just the intensity is not the same or not high enough, but it does boost pretty much your other energy systems as well. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the effort here. It's a pretty steep climb. I think it tops out at about 8%. Probably averages, I don't know, 4 or 5%. Um, but I was only a couple seconds off my PR here. And as you can see, I have no draft, no help, just going up the hill, holding my own power. My heart's about to explode though, because like I said, I haven't been doing any harder efforts, any VO2 type efforts. My FTP is pretty low. I think right now I'm only at an FTP of 240. So definitely have to work and improve that. But as you get older, it doesn't get easier. Um, just with all the different responsibilities. And yes, I find time to train and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just threshold is not something that builds quickly. It builds over time. It builds with consistency, things like that. So it's not a quick fix, especially the older you get, it's not a quick fix. If you're new to cycling, you can get a pretty good boost. Or if you're new to training, sometimes you can get a pretty good boost pretty fast. But overall, threshold is one of the things that take some time to build. So, but yeah, this is up San Dimas Avenue. It's just outside of Bonelli Park, and this is probably the longest climb that we do, and it's pretty much the first climb that we did a really hard effort at. As you can see, I'm at 190 over there with my heart rate, and that's pretty high for me. I mean, I haven't seen 190 on a steady effort in a long time. So luckily, I did the climb without watching or having even my heart rate or power on. I just had the segment time on, so I couldn't see what power I was doing. I just rode off a feel on this effort, and my heart rate normally maxes out at about 197 on sprints, and I never see it get into the 190s on steady efforts like this. So yeah, that just shows like I haven't been doing a lot of VO2 or any type of hard efforts. Been doing mostly steady state endurance. So anyway, Chris is on my butt here, so I was trying to drop him a little bit and just keep it, pretty steady. I wish I would have known my power dropped so much because I still had more in the tank. It's just depending on how much you want to give, and the climb is, just about over now. But I did stand a couple times and put in some little accelerations just to make it hard on him, and I can tell at one point I dropped him pretty good. But then right up here near the end, I kind of shut it down, and he catches up to me right at the end of the climb. So we end up having the same time on this segment, but it was just friendly competition and just doing some training. Basically, what we did was kind of like natural intervals. So picked a little pretzel twisting route around this lake, and there are so many steep climbs on this lake, around this lake, that are only like 4/10 of a mile to about 2/10 of a mile, and there's a decent amount of rest in between, just depending on which direction you go. So it's basically like it just gives you like a natural interval session. Hit a hard climb, kind of chill in between and recover, and then hit a hard climb again. And yeah, that's basically what the session is. I'm only going to show you two climbs here. This one's pretty much over. It's like a 7-minute effort on this climb. I did PR the entire climb. I PR'd it by about 6 seconds, but the steep part of the climb, which is what I really wanted to PR, I missed my PR by 5 seconds. And like I said, that's pretty good with no hard training at all right now, other than weights. All my intensity comes from strength training right now, and the rest of it, again, like I said, is mainly zone 2 training, a little bit of running, a little bit of swimming, and I'm through running though. I just have too many injuries from football and motorcycle racing, so my knees hurt when I run, and they hurt for like ever when I run, so I'm gonna quit running. This is the second climb here. I believe this is either Canaan Road or Cannon Road. I can't remember. But this is a pretty good effort. The only thing is that we didn't get enough rest between this one and the last one. And like I said, without doing like any type of repeatability or having any repeatability right now, because I haven't been doing any type of repeat efforts or VO2 or anything like that. Yeah, it's hard to hold high watts for a long time with that short amount of rest. I mean, and I say short amount of rest, it may have been like a 5-minute rest. So that's actually pretty long, but just not for me with the type of shape I'm in right now. So, and my heart information over there is definitely incorrect on this climb. I was taking heart rate off of the Wahoo watch, like the triathlete watch or multi-sport watch, which I love the watch, but yeah, the heart rate sometimes not accurate because the watch, depending on how tight you have it on, and it slides up and down and stuff like that, and it gets a little gap in between your arm and the watch. But yeah, in general, it's good, and sometimes it just gives you relief from wearing like a tight chest strap. So, but this climb is a little bit of a beast. It's kind of short, maybe 2/10 of a mile, 3/10 of a mile, but it gets up to about 12%, I think. And like I said, just from coming off the other effort, the legs are pretty tight, pretty taxed, and this is still like the beginning of our ride. We still have about, I don't know, 20 more miles to go, and about another 1,500 feet to 2,000 feet of climbing. Can't remember how much we climbed today. Maybe another 1,500 feet of climbing left after this climb. So, but yeah, I wish the camera would have lasted longer because we have some sprint intervals, not intervals, but some sprint segments that we did, and a little lead out practice, stuff like that, just having fun. But yeah, I was dying on this little segment here, so I kind of shut it down and just kind of cruise in because, yeah, that's pretty much all I had. It's not all that I had, but it's pretty much all that I had with so many more climbs to come. So we ended up doing like 40 something miles and just, I don't know, almost 3,000 feet of climbing, I think, which the climbs it's not a lot of climbing, but when you do things hard or go at a kind of faster pace, everything becomes hard and your legs just get taxed. So But anyway, yeah, just showing a little video because off season, and I don't have much content, and I'm just busy right now, so I'm not into trying to stage and create too many specific things at the moment. Just been coaching a lot. The coaching business is doing well. Got another job on the board at the cycling club, and just became the vice president of our cycling club. So, I have a pretty full plate right now. So yeah, not a lot of time to do some like creative content, and usually that's not my thing anyway. So anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll probably throw out another video every week. Yeah, sometimes they're a little boring, but it's definitely beautiful route, beautiful areas that we get to ride out here, and the weather's beautiful as well. So I'll catch you next time.
Yeah, but this downhill.